Hello everyone, this is Aurelia at Aurelia's Crafting Ideas. I plan on making some cards today using this tab punch board, and I hope that you will join me. For this project, of course, you're going to need a tab punch board. I found mine at the thrift store and I want to give it a try. So this is what it looks like, and then there's the bottom. The tab punch board itself, it comes with the cutter, which is this here, and then this goes in this plastic strip here. So the round piece goes in the little groove here, and it slides back and forth to cut. And then this is the punch out piece for the tabs, and then this piece right here is a guide to guide your paper if you need to. And then on the bottom of the tab, you have the tab contours. You got small, medium, and large, depending on the size tab you want. And then on this side, there's measurements. It goes from size 4 to size 12, and each one is divided into small, medium, and large. And then this is where you kind of gauge the width of your project, and then you have an idea where you're going to place your tab. So I have this, and in addition to that, I did pick up some papers. I have this like an off yellow color. I really like this. It's somewhere between like a yellow and a brownish tone. I also have this cream and black print, these two here. And in addition to that, you're going to need a paper trimmer if you have one. It's very helpful, and you're going to need your basic tools like your pencil, your scissors, your ruler, glue. Just have those close by. And if you want to decorate your project, make sure you have all your supplies close by. And let's go ahead and give this a try and see how well it turns out. The first thing I want to do is cut my papers down. Right now I'm using a 12 by 12 piece of cardstock, and I want to trim them down to like maybe 4 by 5. So let me grab my guide here. Well, I do have a 4 by 6 on here. Maybe we'll do the 4 by 6. And if you're using a print, of course, you decide which way you want your print to fall on your project. So just divide it up that way. I want to show you right quick. So because I want the 4 by 6, right? So I cut this at 6 inches. Now I want to turn it this way, and I want 4 by 6 right here. That's how, I guess that's the height of the folder. So if we double that, we're going to get 8 inches. So let me open this up right quick. So if I want to maintain my 4-inch and 4-inch, I need to go just a little bit bigger. So I'm going to try 9 inches, and let's see how that turns out. And I can always trim that down some more if I need to. So I'm going to go with 9 inches and trim that off. Now, before I go any further, let me show you this right quick. I have a scoring board, so this will be helpful. Now, if you have a scoring for your cutter, just switch out the blade. And I want to put this here with the print side up because I want to score it on the outside. It just makes folding a lot easier. You can use an embossing pin if you like, but you know, most scoring boards come with their own scoring tool like this, so you can use that too if you like. Now I want to score this at 4 inches because I want the front and the back the same, and then that extra inches I'm going to use that for a tab. So I'm going to go ahead and score this at 4 inches. I'm just going to run that twice, and then I want to take that and fold it, right? And then if you have one of these or a card, you can use a ruler, whatever you like. Just help to crease that. So this is what we have. So we have 4 by 6 here. And then the extra piece right there for the tab. So once you do that, you want to go ahead and grab your tab punch board. So here we go. So I want to work with this here. And I want to the front tab is going to be the first one, and then I'm going to also the last folder. So I'm going to have 5 folders, so it's going to go like this. So I'm going to switch these actually. Let's see. I'm going to put this at the end, so it's going to go like this. I'm going to have the print and then the stripes in the center and then the checked in the back. So I want to go ahead and punch these 2 out right quick. Well, we'll come back to this one because I still have to score that. And also, let me finish the first one. So I want the tab to appear on this side. So you want to take your guide out, put that guide in here, see, like that. Now, if you don't have this piece, there's a line on the punch board itself, so you can just go right to the center line if you like. This is just a helpful piece here, so your paper doesn't slip. So slide that in. And then if you like press down on the punch, stabilize your paper so the paper doesn't shift. Go ahead and trim that edging off there. Take this out. Now we want to turn this over and line it up with the your contours here. So you have the small, medium, and large, and we're going to go with medium here. So we take this, we already got this edge of the tab, now we're going to line it up here. See? And then again, press down so your paper catches and it doesn't slide. And punch. You see there? Now, you see how mine is a little high? I think that I need to fix that. So that's, you know, things like that you'll have to pay attention to and modify as you go. So let's see, my file folder is 4 by 6. So I end up being a little too high. So by, what is that? 1/4 of an inch. So I just need to make an adjustment right here and trim. I might be messing this up, but we'll give it a try. So you see there, just a very tiny bit. So I'm going to go to the edge of the paper here and just kind of line that up. You make an adjustment for how much more you need to trim off. See, so I need about that much. Just, it's not exactly at 1/4, just shy of that. So, oh goodness. Okay, let's try this. I'm going to trim that off. Let's see what happens. See, it's good to experiment. So let's see. I want to again, the little piece there. I'm going to put that same piece back in there and trim it back down. There we go. See there? Take this out. Flip this over. Line it up with the medium line right there. Press down to catch my paper and press. Ha! I think I got it this time. Look at that. Cool, right? I like it. I'm going to push that aside for a minute. And then I'm going to grab my cutter one more time. Now what we want to do is cut all this extra paper off right here. So this is the tab and this is the extra paper. So you can use scissors if you like. You know, it's all up to you how you want to cut that piece off. So I want to drop my blade between the tab and the extra paper here. This way I can just trim this off. Like this. And then save that. You may need it for something else. So, okay, let me fold this in half, see? So let me measure my paper one more time and put it on the 4x6. See there? I like that. 4x6. Well, you decide how big you want your your folder to be and cut it that way. It's pretty. I like it. So now let me go ahead and work on the rest. I have all my papers trimmed back down, so this is what I have. Now, this is the front and this is the back. So I want to take these three. I might have to look at my video, see which one I had front. I mixed up my papers. So what I want is, I want these three middle files right here. I want the tabs to go there, there, and there. So my tabs are going to kind of like overlap just a little bit, just so I can get all 5 tabs in here. So let's see. I'm going to stagger this for a moment here. I know it's going to be hard to see because it's all white, but here's my tab. Grab a pencil. So this is the first tab here, and I want my next tab to fall like in, it's going to overlap maybe by 1/4 of an inch maybe. So the tab itself is about 1.5, something like that. So 1.5. Let me show you right quick. I know it's kind of hard to see, but so it's going to fall about right there like that. The next one. So you see where it ends? Or this is the center rather. So this does a little, you need a little bit of measurements in this area. So I may need to move just a little bit more. I might have to do 3/4. Overlap it by 3/4. From here to there, it's going to be 3/4. Hopefully you're catching this on here. So, and then here, measure another 3/4, which is going to put this one here. And then if I go up, and that's 3/4 right there. This is going to go about right there. And then hopefully everything works out. So let's see. And then this is going to go here. That's the center, and that's going to cover, what, 3/4? So something like that, right? Like I said, a little bit of measuring in this area so everything, all your tabs cascade from the left edge all the way to the right edge. And take a closer look again. Now, once you get the hang of it, of course, you can always use the little cheat sheet there. But I like to make sure I have the right spot before I even put it on here. I'm going to take the middle one out. This is this one. And this is going to be the center on this thing here. So this is going to, when I punch this, let me grab a piece of paper here. If I take this and slide it in here, right? If I do like the middle, and then I'm going to go, so this is falling here. And if I want it to overlap by that 3/4 I was talking about, so now if I choose number 6, this is the center of the tab. There's, if you look closely at this punch board, right? I'm going to mark mine. It displays where the tab is. Like that. So if I slide this in here, and I want, this is the edge of the tab in here. So if I slide that paper in here and put it on medium, again, I'm at number 6. And if I punch this, you see how the contour is? It's going to fall right here. So we don't want that. So I'm going to go with 5. If I do 5, it kind of falls right in the center. I'm not going to have the 3/4 I want, but this might be what I need. So let me see. Trim that down. And you see how the next one falls? So I want the second paper or folder to fall like this on the contour though. And then I want my middle tab. Where is the other one? Hold on. This is the last one. I want my middle tab to fall like right in here. Again, this is what, a 1.5. So maybe a little bit more this way. And I want it to fall like this right here. So now we take this, flip it over and line it up with the middle. Where did my line go? Like that. See, middle. We can't always have what we want, but let's try this. Here we go. Medium. So this is the first one, and this is going to go here like that. And I'm just going to trim this off with a scissors. See how easy that is? You just need the correct length on your scissors. So this is the first one. It's going to go there. That's the middle tab. And this is the last one. We may have to do a little adjustment and not use the guide here. I want it to fall like this. So I'm going to take this, get rid of that last one. I'm going to line up the first one with the edge of the paper, and I'm going to mark the center. This is the center of the tab here, and I'm going to make sure I catch it on here. See what I did? And I'm going to erase that one. Now, this is my center of this line right here. You see there? See how it falls? So this is the edging. If I do that first line and line that up, it's going to medium. See where it falls there? That was 5. I think because I use medium to cut it right at number 6, I'm going to make that adjustment and use number, or not medium, but I'm going to use the large line. So I'm still at number 6, but I'm going to use the large. There we go. Flip that over, put it back on the medium, trim that side. I'm going to put an X on this so I don't use it. So now, if I take this, it should fall correctly. Ha! Look at that. You just need to play with this for a minute. Look at that. So you don't, looks like you don't always have to go with medium. No, you can make adjustments right here. Or just do like I'm doing. Take an extra piece of paper and play with it so everything falls where it needs to go. Fantastic. So I end up using large on this side. So, okay, hold on. I'm going to put my finger there. I'm going to slide this in here. Put it on large. Oh, hold on. It moved. Press and cut. And then flip this over. Put it on medium. There we go. Now if I take this, put that there, and take this there. Again, you can use scissors or you can use a trimmer. It's up to you. Okay, this is the front, this is the middle, and that's the ending. A little bit off, but you know what? It's fine. I'm happy with it. Now we just need to figure this one out. Oh goodness, so this one's gonna go in there, and then this one's gonna go in between there. I just need to move over like a fourth, maybe, yeah, maybe 1/8 of an inch over, and recenter that. I need, what did I say, 3/4? I slide this over very gently. I'm gonna, well, you know what? Let me just try this. If it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out. So I'm gonna put it on medium, for medium. Cut that. Flip it over. Put it on medium. Cut that. Ha! Oops. Trim that off. And then this is going to go in here. And then I need this one. And then I'm going to do the same with this one. So I'm just lining up my line right here. Go all the way up. I want to make sure I see my line. Punch. Flip it over. Line it up with the medium. Punch. And then trim that off. Trim that off. Let's see how well we did. And that's going to go in here. I can erase all these marks I did. And I'll flip that over so you can see the colors. Look at that. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. I like it. It turned out well. I mean, it did a little measuring, but you know what? It's fine. I'm happy with it. I just need to trim a little bit off this one. But this one, I'm just going to take a little bit off. And then re-round that corner. Slide that back in there. Look. All the same size, right? Nice. Well, that was fun. I hope you're enjoying yourselves at my expense. Oh, goodness, I like it. I want this side to be pretty too. I have all these extra pieces over here, but they're just wide enough to make the tab. See there? What I want is my tab to go down just a little further, so about right there. So what I'm going to do is all these extra pieces I had, I'm going to utilize them. I'm going to take this, and I want to make some tabs. I'm going to line this up with the edge here. Cut that. Flip it over, put it on medium. And then, again, you can use scissors if you like, all preference. Or you can use the cutter. So here's the tab. I'm going to add a 1/2 inch. That should be good. So this is what I have. Of course, you would trim that down so you have this. See? Isn't that nice? And then we take this. We take our new folder and take this, and look. This is where you're going to need your glue. You can use a glue stick. You can use a regular glue. Again, all preference. I'm going to put glue on here. Yeah. It's always messy. I'm going to take this. Again, make sure I have the correct folder. And just align these up. So I now have a tab back to back on here. Look, isn't that nice? Oh, it's a little bit off, but okay. Squish it over a little bit. Reline those up just a little bit. Oh well, my glue's stuck already. Not a problem. Just grab some scissors and just trim that down so everything lines up. You got that? So I'm going to go ahead and do that to the other 4 cards so it'll look like this. So the reason why I did that is because when you do this, your paper or the front of the folder doesn't catch on here. See, if I had trimmed it straight across, it would be catching right there. Because I went below the line, I don't have to worry about that.
Doing crazy dreaming.
here are my new folders. Look at this. Aren't they cute? So this is the first one. Here's the second one. I got a tab. Look, front and back the same. Here's the middle one. I mean, a little overlapping, but you know, nothing a little trimming won't solve. Well, I mean, you know what I mean. You can solve that problem by trimming. Okay, and then here's this one here. Nice. And then the last one. I really like this. Let's say you don't want to make a folder and you just want to do only the card. Like if you maybe want to do like, you know, create cards for your recipe box, whatever, with little tabs. You know, like make little tabs for your recipe box or some kind of organization. You can, you know, just do the side right here and then you have your divider, right? Look at that. So it'll, you know, you'll just only see, let me turn it over. So you'll only see something like this. So you'll have this, you'll have that divider, this divider, and so forth. That's how you go all the way across. And then you need more dividers, of course. Since you already did the first one, now you have a better idea of what the next set of your cards, your dividers are going to be. See, the more you play with your punch board, the easier it gets, I believe. But, you know, I'm willing to stop only at 5. You can go as further you like, depending on the size of or the width of your folder. You can go all the way across, you know, like double it all the way across if you like. But I think this is a really good size for journaling. You can tuck this into your journals, you know, your junk journals, or you can just create a booklet. See, your divider, put your paper in there, and then there you have it. Isn't that awesome? Again, let me kind of separate it right here. Look at that. Isn't that awesome? I like it very much. Again, with your punch board, you can make your dividers like this, or you can create just the tab itself. Again, you can just trim that tab right here if you like. So let me show you what I mean by that, right? Very quickly. So you take your paper and let's stay with medium since we're doing medium. So you want to go ahead and punch that out, flip that over, put it on medium. There we go. See there? So now we can use this little gadget on the side, right? So you take this and then slide it, your card all the way to the edge there. Drop that back down. Take this out. And you can trim that tab off. It's a good idea, I think, kind of hold that down or press down on this little piece here, and it'll cut that tab off for you. So here's, you know, here's the tab. This is what you'll get if you're just creating tabs. Now, you saw me use my paper trimmer, but the other thing you can do when you do this, I'll go with this, right? So you can flip this over. See, you have a little, the guideline where when you run the blade, see there? So you take this and let me do this one. You take this, slide it in there, right? Like this. Take the trimmer out. And then this is our tab right here. So we don't want to cut that. We just want to cut the extra pieces. So drop your blade between the tab and the unwanted piece. And then just slice that off. Oops. Be careful. Sharp. And then on the other side of the tab also. Drop that off. Open this up. Take that out. So see, now you only have the tab sticking out. So everything you need to use to make a tab, a divider, it's all here. I'll help you trim it. But some of us like to take the extra step and use a paper trimmer or a scissor. Again, you take that, lift that up, slide that in there. Take your blade out, drop it. This is our tab there. Drop it between the tab and the unwanted piece, like this. Slide that unwanted piece off. On the other side of the tab there, slice that off. Pull that out. These we don't need. And there we go. Nice, right? I like it. So if you get your hands on one, let's say you're shopping at the thrift store and you find something like this, grab it up. You might find it at a garage sale. You might find it online. Somebody's buying it. Now, for some reason, I never bought it when they first came out. So these have been around for quite a while. But, if you can find one, grab it up. Very cute. Well, I hope you liked my project for today. You have an idea of how to use the tab punch board now, and how to create some file folders if you like, or you can just create dividers like this. And if you don't want dividers, you only want the tabs, create that tab. Again, if you want, if you're attaching your tab to something else and you want your tab to go below the paper line here, just add a little bit more there, and your tab will fall below there, and you don't have to worry about anything catching on there. And then again, if you're using this to make a journal, of course you'll decorate the inside if you like. There's nothing wrong with that. Decorate it however you like. And then when you cover that up, see, just like that, you won't even notice that the extra piece that's hidden under there, right? See? So when you open it, it looks like that. Isn't that nice? I like it. Well, thank you for stopping by today. This is Aurelia at Aurelia's Crafting Ideas, and I will see you next time.